Welcome to Hillsborough for Sheffield Wednesday against Coventry City. Wednesday start the day in the bottom three of the Championship on goal difference. And for Coventry City, of course, it's been a flying start. One of two sides unbeaten, Frank Lampard's team, in the Championship so far this season. And a win, another win, would take them top of the table, at least temporarily. These Coventry City players have been in fine goal-scoring form in particular so far this season. Maybe this is their year. 25 years outside the Premier League for Coventry. But is this the time for them to bounce back? It is Sheffield Wednesday against Coventry City here at Hillsborough on a big day for both clubs. No question, Stephen Kelly, that from a Sheffield Wednesday perspective, despite all the issues off the field, the team are giving everything on it. And for Coventry City, just briefly, Stephen, how good have they been so far? They have travelled in numbers today, the Sky Blues. The venue with great expectations this season at Coventry City. Played 8, won 4, drawn 4, lost none. And Sheffield Wednesday with just the one league win so far, yet to win in front of their own supporters. Henrik Pedersen is doing an admirable job, you feel, in the circumstances. Barry Bannon is leading the way on the field for Sheffield Wednesday. All smiles between Haji Wright and Ethan Horvath, two of the American players on show. But Sheffield Wednesday certainly on the pitch, Stephen Kelly, as we've been saying, showing that they're made of stern stuff. This won't be easy for Coventry.
Relegation, but the performances have been decent, so this isn't going to be an easy match. But Coventry have gone from strength to strength, and they're looking very comfortable in their own skin, which makes them a very dangerous side.
Scoring plenty of goals. Coventry 2, 4 at Millwall in the week, and they've managed 5 at Derby early on in the season, 7 at home to QPR in August as well. This is a Coventry team that is flying high and full of confidence. Here they come. Well, these are troubled times at Sheffield Wednesday, no question about that. And you can see the orange and black scarves that the home supporters are wearing. All part of a large and sustained Enough is Enough campaign, organised by the Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust. These are home supporters who care deeply about the off-field difficulties at Sheffield Wednesday, while for Coventry City everything is going swimmingly on and off the pitch. And indeed Coventry can, at least temporarily, move to the summit of the Championship if they win here this lunchtime. Well, let's take a check on the team news for you. And Sheffield Wednesday are unchanged after that point at Birmingham in midweek, on a night where they probably deserve more. So youngster George Brown is on the bench again after coming on to score the second at St Andrews. Jamal Lowe started the game in midweek, scored in midweek, and retains his place. Ernie Weaver has been one of the real bright sparks this season. He was named Wednesday Player of the Month earlier this week. And Barry Bannon continues to earn plaudits, even at the age of 35. The skipper once again in the team today. Frank Lampard's Coventry are unbeaten. They scored 4 at Millwall on Wednesday. Josh Eccles is not in the squad today. Victor Torp is on the bench. Jamie Allen and Ephraim Mason-Clark are the two to come in. For goal-scoring threats, well, take your pick, but there's no doubt that Hadji Wright has been the key man so far. 7 in 8 championship games. Well, we know who the key leader in this Sheffield Wednesday side is, Stephen Kelly. Barry Bannon, the key man. Yeah,
pretty much Mr. Sheffield Wednesday, isn't he? He's been there for such a long time, knows the club inside out, been an ever-present, one of their most consistent performers every season, and I think there's never going to be a time where they're going to more heavily rely on his expertise and his ability than right now with everything that's going on.
Hadji Wright has grabbed the goal-scoring headlines in large part for Coventry City, but another key man in their bright start to the season undoubtedly is Brandon Thomas-Asante.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think of last season, he had 4 goals and 3 assists in the whole campaign. He's already got 3 goals and 3 assists this season, off to a flying start, just looking really confident, dangerous going forward, and he's a big player in the so far for these. So I think, you know, he's one that Frank Lampard is heavily reliant on for that creativity.
A proud and impressive record for Frank Lampard since taking charge at Coventry City. Indeed, when he took over, they were 17th in the championship. Adam Hertzeg is the referee today at a blustery Hillsborough. Plenty of rain in the build-up as well. Well, nobody could question the commitment of the Sheffield Wednesday players to the cause, nor the commitment of their supporters, who have been through a lot in recent weeks and months. Henrik Pedersen, the manager, likewise, but he's managed to conjure up a real togetherness at the club among the players, coaching staff and fans. It will be difficult today, though, against a Coventry City side who are the best goal-scoring team in the championship so far this season, and looking for another big win on the road. And Coventry win the game's first corner inside the opening 20 seconds.
Yeah, just that physical presence forward. As soon as the ball is put up, you can see so many goals are created now from that first contact, the one against centre-backs, then Asante or Sakamoto running off, and straight away Sheffield Wednesday have to defend the set play.
Middlesbrough are the only other unbeaten team in the championship so far this season. Out comes Horvath to punch it away. Nodded back in by Matt Grimes, and away by Max Lowe of Sheffield Wednesday. This is Sakamoto. Wednesday have definitely found it easier, it would seem, playing away from Hillsborough so far this season. Sheffield Wednesday yet to win a home league game, and Sakamoto and Coventry City have already managed 22 goals in this league campaign.
Yeah, the thing is, with everything that's going on off the pitch, it's hard for the fans not to bring that into the stadium, and then that sometimes can bring the atmosphere down for the players. But you know, they've been given a good account themselves, but this is going to be a tough afternoon, it really is.
Milan van Ewijk with the long throw. And a slight miscue from the Manchester United loanee Harry Amas. Another Coventry corner.
You can see the wind playing a bit of havoc. Ball, as it's coming into the box for the first corner, just hung up in front of the goalkeeper. I think this is going to be similar, just going to float it in there, and it's hard to clear your lines.
Such a cultured left foot, the Coventry skipper Matt Grimes. And off the line and in! Well, Sheffield Wednesday couldn't keep Coventry at bay. Brandon Thomas-Asante takes some of the credit, but either way, Coventry on target yet again in the championship, and Sheffield Wednesday behind already.
Simple corner in, far post, just headed back across, and Asante's on the line just to tap that in. You can see the Sheffield Wednesday players look dejected, but it's a decent ball in, all lined up. No one gets on a contact from Sheffield Wednesday, and it's just knocked back down. It's a really good area. Asante, does he get a touch or is it an own goal? It's hard to tell from the angle, but poor defensively. It looks like Asante may have just knocked that in.
Well, Bobby Thomas rose highest. And Maxlow and Brandon Thomas Asante both on the goal line. And Coventry score their 23rd goal of the league season so far.
Tough though, with that player in the line low, being left-footed, you go to hit it with your left foot, but realistically you should be trying to clear it out with your right foot, and you know, because as the ball's bouncing to you, then get a better contact, and trying to put your foot across your body makes it difficult.
Here is Amas, and Sheffield Wednesday haven't really got started at all in the game so far. 8 defeats in their last 11 home league matches, if you include the back end of last season as well. Here is Liam Palmer. One thing that Sheffield Wednesday have shown this season is a fighting spirit, but they're already on the back foot here. Hadji right. It's away by Weaver. Did look like it could have been handball.
The ref is right on the spot there. He has a very good view of it, not interrupted by players, so he's made a really early call, but again, from the angle we have, it looked like Weaver's just leant down into it. Good play down the left-hand side. Coventry just look really bright and dangerous as it sits up here.
What a chasing opening for Sheffield Wednesday, no question about it. And Ernie Weaver has been one of the few positives across the course of this very difficult opening to the championship season. But he might feel a little bit of relief. No question, though, now that it is Brandon Thomas Asante's goal.
Yeah, great little knockdown. Back, like he's going for goal here, but Asante's on the spot, and
maybe Max Lowe does get the final touch.
I think that's Max Lowe. Yeah, thing is, it's on target, so if it's Lowe that gives it, it won't be an own goal against them. But I think the clearance is poor. I think he's got to go with that with his right foot.
Low, and looking it into Kadamatri. By Sakamoto. Well, inconclusive up to this point. Certainly Thomas wins the initial header. Is there a touch from Thomas Asante? There's definitely a touch from Lowe.
Yeah, I think that's going to be given to Thomas because it's a header on target. Lowe, I think, puts it into his own goal, but the fact that the shot's on target, I would say Thomas gets it. But listen, if you're Asante, you take it all day long.
Grimes with Coventry in front regardless, in by De Silva. Now Barry Bannon. Ingleson. Low. Bannon gets it back from Jan Valery. Away by Liam Kitching. Valery. It's his efforts. Not far away, but better from Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, it's better build-up as well. Nice early from Bannon, play the ball out wide, and then when it breaks down, Valley picks it up and just decides to drive at the heart of the Coventry defence. cuts across this slightly, leans back, but shows good intent to just drive into the box.
Barry Bannon, we expect to be key once again. 10 years at Sheffield Wednesday player now. It's his early ball towards Coventry, away by Thomas. Well, those orange scarves, orange and black, will be hoisted into the air by the Sheffield Wednesday fans in a couple of minutes' time. In by Ingelsson. Away by De Silva. Bannon. The technique to find Liam Palmer.
Yeah, effortless. Just a little volley out to the left-hand or right-hand side.
In by Valerie. Away by Van Ewijk. Perhaps Sheffield Wednesday are starting to settle into the game now.
Yeah, they have. Disappointing to concede from a set play early on, but keeping the ball well, stuff starting to go through Bannon, which we know he can dictate the tempo and the play once he gets hold of it.
Here is Weaver. Towards Ingelsson. Smuggled away initially by Kitching, but it's back with Amas. Low back to Weaver. Dominic Iorfa. Horvath. Thomas with a miscued header. Cadamartri. Clever run by Ingelsson. Thomas had a head start though. Jamie Allen dispossessed. Barry Bannon blocked off by De Silva. This is Liam Palmer. Bannon. And he got it back through.
I almost think he played that too early. Coventry had dropped off slightly, so Bannon could have taken a touch and almost got a shot away.
It was Sakamoto, and Coventry certainly have numbers up here. Right. Offside. Well, the 10th minute at Hillsborough, and this regular protest with Sheffield Wednesday fans holding up the orange and black scarves and voicing their displeasure towards the club's owner, Defon Chansiri, who has been in charge at Hillsborough for 10 years now. And the message of the Sheffield Wednesday fans is clear. They care passionately about their club. And there is, as we anticipated was possible, a small handful of Sheffield Wednesday fans who have come onto the pitch here. And the protest is a peaceful one. These are supporters who care passionately about their club. It is sad that it has had to come to this, but Sheffield Wednesday fans united in their feelings and their desire for change at Hillsborough.
Well, listen, the fans deserve to have a voice, deserve to be heard. They've seen the demise of their what was a once great club for such a long time, and I think they're letting that be known. I think the current situation, it's not tenable. It can't go on, and something has to happen. And I think they're trying to force that change themselves. And I suppose this is what they feel is the best way to be able to do that.
Well, the Coventry City fans watch on as the Sheffield Wednesday supporters, as we have seen over recent weeks across the course of the campaign, are letting the football world know that enough is enough. The scarf campaign has been organised by the Sheffield Wednesday Supporters Trust, and there is considerable discontent among the fans after 10 years of Dave Chansiri at the helm. It is worth saying that player and staff wages were again not paid on time this week for a 5th time in 7 months.
It's a really hard situation, isn't it, for the players, because I'm sure they're really disappointed with what's going on, but they have to get back on and do it. And for those fans who feel they want their voices to be heard, they want there to be a change. They don't look what's happened with Reading, look what's happened in recent years. They don't want to see their club in demise, and with them languishing in relegation position, they feel like something has to happen to get this club back up and running.
Well, the players will have been aware that this was a possibility, as were the coaching staff. Henrik Pedersen has done a tremendous job in very difficult circumstances. Wednesday till I die is the chant from the home supporters. They will always be Sheffield Wednesday. And of course, supporters are always the bedrock of any club.
Yeah, it's the lifeblood of any club is the fan base, and those people that are passionately, pay a lot of money from what they earn to go and watch their club and support them through thick and thin. And they don't want to see a club that, like I said, a once great club. We talked about, it was the beacon, wasn't it, for cup competitions back in the day, and that entry into the Premier League when it first started off, and you feel like they've just fallen so far, and to have an owner that doesn't seem to be fitting the criteria for what they need. It's important that they get their point across and something happens.
So much turmoil over the course of this summer just gone, in particular for Sheffield Wednesday. The referee speaking to Barry Bannon and Matt Grimes, the two captains. Credit the Coventry City supporters as well, who have been through hard times themselves, even in relatively recent times. A tremendous Coventry turnout today, and Frank Lampard was well aware of the possibility of protests before the game too, and are now back underway. It's 5 minutes. Here is Lowe. Bannon. Lovely flick by Canamatri. Amas. It's a ball by Sakamoto. And here comes Efren Mason-Clark. Wright and Thomas Asante in the middle. It's back to De Silva. In towards Haji Wright.
Yeah, good play again from Coventry. Just when you felt like Wednesday were creating something down left hand side, they break, and it's a wonderful switch of play from Sakamoto out to Asante, who holds it up well, and then they get that cross in from De Silva into that far post. White just can't direct it goalward, but it just shows how lethal they can be on that counter attack when they switch the play quickly.
Remarkable goal scoring form. Haji Wright scored 12 last season already, 8 in all competitions for the current campaign, and Coventry have come out flying out of the blocks in the Championship this season.
Yeah, that's what he said. Asante, if he is given that goal, he's gone ahead of his tally already this season. That's what you want. You want players, and that's down. It can be down to the manager, isn't it? He's come in, and the confidence he can give those players, and it's showing now.
Weaver. Iorfa. Well, Van Eyck, as we've already seen, is the man for the long throws for Coventry City. Maybe a little too far away this time. By Amas. Slow, who crossed the Steel City divide a year or so ago from Sheffield United.
Yeah, it's not an easy divide for you. Look at all these teams around, it's not an easy divide, but that's one that's quite difficult. They're so close. Stadiums, rivalry's huge.
Comes up in a few weeks, the Steel City derby, Wednesday against United.
Listen, they were both sitting in, one place away from each other at the bottom of the table. That will make for some interesting watching.
Grimes can pick out the pass for Wright, and he could be in here! And by his standards, it really should be two.
It really should be, yeah. It's a wonderful pass from Grimes in between the lines. Takes it brilliantly, has the strength to push off the defender, but then as he's going through, he just loses his balance slightly and doesn't get a connection he wants, but nicked here by Grimes, and it's a wonderful pass in between it. This little bump here, and then he just toe pokes it wide. Can't get the side foot on it, just can't direct it goalwards, but the initial build-up is brilliant.
Well, clear on goal, and it's normally a foregone conclusion these days. Low. Good hold-up play in front of Grimes. Palmer. Jamal Lowe. Valerie. Good football from Sheffield Wednesday. This is Bannon. And Harry Amas. Work by Van Eyck.
Yeah, it's great defending by Van Eyck. Amas trying to get on the outside, get that cross in. A really good one-on-one defending.
Right back on the field. He does like to get forward as well as he is competent defensively. In by Bannon, and there is Carl Rushworth, rated as one of the best in the second tier.
Yeah, honestly, as a defender, the goalkeeper coming taking corners is one of the best experiences in a game. You just know, you have that confidence just to block off your man and know that he's going to come up, and you don't see it that often where they come that far, two hands catch you and then just distribute. It's a wonderful asset to have.
Kitching. Grimes. Over the top towards Efren Clark. Mason Clark. And he couldn't find Thomas Asante. Here is Valerie. There's plenty ahead of him.
Just waited a little bit too long to play that pass. It was on the one that splits the fullback and the centre back, but just took a little too long to get it away.
Efren Mason Clark. And Sakamoto. In by Da Silva. And it nearly caught out the goalkeeper.
You can see he's trying to find right at that far post and doesn't get it quite right, but has the goalkeeper backpedaling. But how quick they just turn that defence into attack. Mason, Sakamoto comes in. There's a great interchange between the front three and the attacking players just to go across the pitch, and Silva just gets this wrong.
Well, he's never scored a Coventry City goal. It did nearly end up causing all sorts of issues for Ethan Horvath. Fouled by Jamal Lowe, who was on the score sheet in the league for the first time this season at Birmingham in midweek. Coventry certainly have not dominated possession, but Sheffield Wednesday have barely provided any sort of goal-scoring threat.
Yeah, I think, you know, stats, obviously, you want to be in the sense you want to keep hold of the ball, but at times it's what you do with it. And Cov have just played it forward into really telling areas quite quickly, getting those front three on it.
Right. Checked by Valerie and Iorfa. Now to Silva again. She right. Jada Silva beaten to it. Well timed, that challenge by Valerie.
Just a little bit slow on the pass right. He has to put a bit more on that to give the Silva the chance to get around them, but you can just see when Wright gets on it, he's confident, he's occupying 2 or 3 players, and in the end they defend it quite well.
Well, we've seen set pieces across the country increase in emphasis over the course of this season so far, and Coventry aiming to threaten from a corner again towards Kitching and Thomas, hit by Jamie Allen, and it hit Thomas Asante, who was in an offside position anyway.
Good ball in, catch the edge of the box. It's a good volley as well, and I think it's Thomas and then off Asante again, which would have been similar to the combination for the first goal if this had gone in, but it's a nice little back heel from the centre back as this ball comes in. Decent delivery from Grimes. Yeah, Asante in an offside position, but a little back heel from Thomas I think is goalward as well.
Well, Bobby Thomas was the most potent threat in terms of goals from centre-halves in the Championship last season. One for this campaign, and integral to Coventry's opener. It was his header in the build-up.
Again, we know Asante's got it, but I would have been inclined to give it to him. I'm not sure how much of a contact Asante gets as he's headed it down goalward. But even then, great position from him, and lovely, a clever back heel that again is going on target.
It may be an early season one for the dubious goals panel.
Be always interesting to change room afterwards when they're going at it to say who deserves that goal.
Best of clearances by Horvath. Sakamoto straight through to right. Danger here. Haji right. Not by Weaver.
It's a great ball in from Sakamoto, and I honestly think Wright should have played it to Asante. You can see the position he's in. Takes the first touch brilliantly, and Asante's pulled off on the right-hand side in a great position.
It's Mason Clark towards Sakamoto.
Lovely a ball in from Sakamoto, and then that's a point. He turns to go back on his left foot, but Asante is true. All he has to do is release him.
Well, he could have had a couple of goals already this afternoon. Coventry, who scored 4 at Millwall, and maybe could have had double that. Frank Lampard was obviously delighted with the performance on Wednesday night. His team still unbeaten in the Championship so far this season, and despite a relatively small squad compared to some of their competitors, injuries as well.
Yeah, sometimes that can actually be helpful for a manager, providing you still have your main club of players available, because it's not often they want to change, even in with the hectic schedule of the Championship, keeping a back four intact and midfield players intact and having those players confident in front. You know, you don't want to change it too often if you've got a good thing going.
Grimes to Silva. Sakamoto. Van Ewijk. Good pressure from Cadamartri. Henrik Pedersen felt his side deserved more at Birmingham City in midweek, and he was probably right about that. They've struggled to create so far here, though.
Yeah, I think Coventry have looked very comfortable in this game and then looked dangerous in the forward areas, where I think Sheffield Wednesday haven't really got the grips at all. Had a couple of moments where they looked like they were getting into it, but that's faded away.
Run back by Jamal Lowe, and this is Valerie. Bannon, clever ball to Amas. This is the sort of position he loves to be in. Max Lowe. Better from Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, much better. As soon as Bannon gets that ball, the first time the vision to release down that left-hand side into Amas, and he does well just to hold it up and wait for the on-run, but Ewijk is there, defends it really well.
And a chance for Sheffield Wednesday to showcase their aerial threat here. And by Bannon, into Silva and Palmer!
Good chance, really good chance. Swirling cross in from Bannon from the corner. Do not clear at all well. Coventry. Silva misses it and it just drops, and it's a snapshot for Palmer. Again, just puts it over the bar, but it was a really good opportunity.
Well, Bannon's delivery caused the initial problem. And Ian Palmer, he and Barry Bannon, the two real veterans of this Sheffield Wednesday side.
Yeah, Palmer will be disappointed. Just leans back as he goes to hit it. But Bannon can have an influence. As soon as he gets the ball, give him a chance to play and move the ball around, get him in those forward areas. He can be very dangerous with his vision.
Forward by Valerie. Well met by Thomas, head of Ingleson. And despite everything, Sheffield Wednesday have certainly shown in recent weeks that they can still be competitive in championship matches.
Yeah, they are. Like, it's just the final ball, that final moment. They've had a couple of chances dropped to them that they haven't hit the target, haven't tested the goalkeeper. But it's on the transition when Coventry move it really well that they look a bit exposed.
Meanwhile, on the other side of Sheffield, United behind, away at Hull City, as their poor start to the season continues. Mason Clark. On the outside of Iorfa. No way through.
Great strength from Iorfa.
Mason Clark winning it back. And here's Thomas Asante. No doubt about this one. He's on target again. Brandon Thomas Asante with a peach of a finish. And Coventry just cannot stop scoring on their way to the top.
He's on fire, he's on absolute fire, but just praising Iorfa for great defending and strength, and then he gets caught in possession. Clark doesn't give it up, and Asante does the rest, but again, they'll be kicking himself, Sheffield Wednesday. He did so well, and now just gets caught in possession here. Good pass, and can someone get out to it? But they can't, and Asante, it's a wonderful finish just to reverse it into that far corner. Pass Hovart. It's just the confidence brimming through these attacking players is huge at the moment for Coventry, and this is why.
Well, if there were any question marks over who is the scorer of the first goal, he has been credited with it. No question whatsoever about that, and he is on a hat-trick.
Yeah, and to be honest, if Wright had passed it a couple more times, he could have that already. Like I said, Sheffield Wednesday have kept the ball, they look good at times, but Coventry just look clinical and they look dangerous.
A long way back for Sheffield Wednesday. Towards Karamatri, played by Van Ewijk, headed by Iorfa. Here is Allen, Grimes.
I think those two have looked very good together as well. Just, they keep it simple, industrious, but then when they get on the ball in the forward areas, you see Grimes, as they win it back, just release Asante straight away.
Well won back by Ingelsson, ahead of Thomas. Might have to go it alone here. Kadamatri's up with him. Bannon. He's on his wrong side, really. Ingelsson. Still plenty forward here for Sheffield Wednesday, but always back Thomas in the air.
I think I'm going to have to stop complimenting players. As soon as I give them, big them up, they give the ball away.
Well, it is a daunting task, not just in the context of this game for Henrik Pedersen's team, but across the whole of the season. They did pick up a point here against QPR. Coming back, though, against the would-be league leaders, at least for a few hours or so. Coventry City is a different thing altogether.
It is, because I think as soon as you start coming after them or leaving spaces in behind, they can punish you so badly.
Held up by Wright. Kitching. Grimes, who felt like a significant signing when Coventry brought him to the club from Swansea in January. Good header by Thomas Asante, there from Mason Clark. And across came Weaver. The third goal would surely put it beyond Sheffield Wednesday.
Grimes is a great signing, and this is what he can do, just these little passes. But look at the problems they've created. Asante's come inside there into that pocket. Sheffield Wednesday don't know whether to go in with him, and as soon as one player steps in, he heads around the corner to Mason Clark on rushing, and they're just causing him so many problems. That front four, the interchanging, the connection between them.
Well, it's now 9 goals in 3 games, if you include today, and counting. In by Grimes. Thomas Asante is lurking on a hat-trick. Mason Clark, away by Palmer. Thomas Asante! And he was offside. I'm not sure he knew it, though.
No. How many times have we said that Thomas Asante connecting together, the centre-back and the winger from set plays? They just seem to be instinctive. Once Thomas gets on the ball and heads it back in, it's Thomas Asante that then is on the end of his connection, but just doesn't get back out with the line and puts it wide in anyway. But I want to say, I think it'd be difficult to see them not getting more goals in this game, to be honest, Joe.
It's perhaps the telepathic understanding that you wouldn't have expected.
Yeah, who knew? The link up between centre-back and winger once you're in the box is so electric.
Here's De Silva. Not slow. Back again by Mason Clark, and there's more trouble here perhaps for Sheffield Wednesday. Right to the left, it's his sort of chance. No way through yet. And there's a foul on Weaver.
Again, Wright maybe can pull the trigger early to put that in. Asante's pulled off to the far post. Good play from Coventry, win the ball back early and then just break. Mason Clark tracking the fullback, and then as he goes, can he release Wright down the left-hand side? And he does really well. Now he has to cross it, opposite chop back inside, and then gives it foul away. But there's been so many moments where, you know, they've missed the opportunity to get it into a really goal-scoring chance.
Well, heavy rain at Hillsborough today. And what is turning into another difficult afternoon for the supporters of the club.
They look dejected a bit, don't they? Sheffield Wednesday, you can see the early goal just knocked them, and they're playing up against just a very well organised Coventry side that played to their strengths really well.
Certainly no lack of effort from these Sheffield Wednesday players, but it is a very thin squad. De Silva. Mason Clark. Now Allen, lots of interchanging in that final third of the field for Coventry City, makes it even more difficult for the defending side.
Isn't it, when you can play a ball like that up, and it's a really good, clever ball into his feet. He holds it up, Mason Clark.
They took it quickly to quick for the referee.
It's a simple pass, but holds him off, arm and the good strength from Mason Clark, and then sets up the Silva.
Well, Matt Grimes' ability from set plays is well known, and it was his corner that helped lead to the opening goal, and indeed involved in the second as well.
It's a great position here. You can just whip it in behind the Wednesday defence.
Coventry look hungry for even more goals today. Thomas looked to have got the wrong side. And here he is again. Now Kitching. Both centre-halves involved. Thomas Asante, Mason Clark, what a save!
It's brilliant from Coventry, really is. Look how well they win the ball back again now, but previous to that, so quick to recover a possession, get it out to Asante, and he whips in. This time they put the ball into a great area, and it's a wonderful save, it really is. Clark must feel like he scored. Kitching wins it back, Asante on the overlap. First time ball into a great area, and that is a sensational save.
Pure instinct from the American goalkeeper, who realistically keeps Sheffield Wednesday in the game.
Yeah, he does. Like, to get that left hand out so quickly with a strong wrist, Clark must have felt like he'd scored.
Palmer. Precious little time in terms of normal time for a Sheffield Wednesday recovery here, but there could be quite a bit of additional time. 6 minutes.
Sakamoto's work rate, it's absolutely fabulous. Just tracks Mass all the way across the pitch there, wins it back, and then gets himself back out wide straight away.
Weaver. Clever ball towards Palmer, and now Jamal Lowe. Cadamartri is the only man up with him. It was a good ball towards Cadamartri, away by Van Ewijk.
It is a great ball. Early build-up was excellent as well. Weaver ball out to the right-hand side, and then Lowe puts it into a really good area. He's kind of holding the cross for more bodies to get in there, but they're just not coming, so he just fires it into a really dangerous area.
And here they come again, Iorfa. Palmer. Iorfa. They'll stay forward for the corner.
Yeah, better. They give and go with Palmer, and Bannon puts Iorfa in there on the right-hand side. This is maybe glimpses of a centre-back cross, and he needs to just stand this up, but tries to whip it in, but gets a corner.
Might there be some hope left in the first half here for Sheffield Wednesday? We're yet to have a meaningful effort on target. In by Bannon, away by Kitching. Amas. It's ended up back with Bannon. Max Lowe. Opportunity still here for Wednesday. Iorfa. The flag is up again.
Yeah. Good sustained pressure from Sheffield Wednesday, just keeping it, getting it back into the box. Iorfa just drifts offside in the end.
A little bit of frustration, no doubt, for Henrik Pedersen. His team competing in continually difficult circumstances, as we know. And the backing of the Sheffield Wednesday fans in the circumstances has been exemplary this season, home and away. And perhaps his only frustration will be that his team have not scored more, but they are the current league leaders.
Yeah, listen, coming away Sheffield Wednesday with all the circumstances going on, 2-0 lead going into half-time, I'm sure Lampard would be very happy. He'd like to be a bit more clinical in that final third with the chances they've created.
Well, the table looks very positive indeed if you're a Sky Blue.
Yeah, very positive. Hey, listen, getting that early kick-off, getting those points on the board, if they can see this through till the end, you know, it's a great marker. And it shows their intent, it really does.
Look at that goal difference as well, plus 17.
Yeah, and they probably could have had, what, 2 or 3 more in this game as well, potentially.
Maybe more to come. Yellow card for Iorfa.
Again, it's just big header from Thomas, and right is away. You know, he has to book him for that. It's silly from Iorfa, but this is the problem. All the front three for Coventry have pace and power to get in behind you.
Yes, he is facing the most prolific front line in the Championship so far this season. Coventry not done yet in the first half. Sakamoto. Grimes with time to deliver here. It's a lovely ball. Thomas Asante. It is 3 now. Bobby Thomas at the back post. And Coventry are cruising at Hillsborough.
These two, we were just talking about Asante and Thomas linking up in the box again. It's the opposite way around. Asante flicks it on for Thomas to head it in. I think the Wednesday players are saying that there was a touch before it goes in by Wright, and Wright's in an offside position potentially, so they seem furious about it. But it's a simple ball in, flick on from Asante, and Thomas, that man from the set plays, who's been so dangerous. Great ball from Grimes. Oh, he's blatantly offside. If Wright yeah, it's a really poor decision from the linesman that he's tapped this in.
The goal has been given.
To be honest, from Wright's point of view, he's not sure if it's going wide or not. It looks like it's on target, but that's a really poor decision for that to be given against you. He's definitely in an offside position, so yeah, Sheffield Wednesday can absolutely feel aggrieved for that to have been given.
Archie Wright with the final touch. No, it should have been disallowed.
Yeah, definitely.
And the Sheffield Wednesday fans furious with the officials on an afternoon where the game is surely beyond them already. Coventry cruising to the top of the Championship. Brandon Thomas Asante with 2 of the 3 goals that they've scored. There was something dubious about the first, only in the context that Max Lowe, the Sheffield Wednesday defender, appeared to get the final touch, but Thomas Asante, as I say, credited with it. He then scored a fine second before Barry Bannon and Sheffield Wednesday were left desperately frustrated by the circumstances of Coventry's third, which was allowed to stand via Haji Wright's final touch, though he was definitely in an offside position. And Sheffield Wednesday supporters, who have once again protested against the club's ownership this afternoon. They find themselves on the field with a mountain to climb. The boos at Hillsborough, and it is Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry City 3.
Really poor decision from the linesman not to give it. All you can see is pink jerseys in offside positions. But I'd be more worried about those 3 contacts in the ball from Sheffield Wednesday, or from Coventry, and Sheffield Wednesday haven't got anybody near it. They're going to have their wits about in the second half, because it's just damage limitations now, I think, for them.
Coventry right away. It's under pressure from Thomas and couldn't test Carl Rushworth. Precious little for Sheffield Wednesday fans to get excited about in front of goal, and Bailey Cadamartri has rarely had the ball at his feet in that sort of position.
Yeah, win it back here, and as he goes through, get that shot away, but he just slips as he's trying to hit in, pulls it wide.
Flicked by Jamal Lowe. Well brought down by Ingelsson. Here goes Cadamartri again. Look at the pace of Van Ewijk.
It's brilliant defending Van Ewijk. Out of position initially, but that pace gets him back in, determination.
Grimes. Here is Amas. Well, one back by Sakamoto. He looks early for right. Foul by Ernie Weaver.
I think that's so good, isn't it, from Coventry, when they win the ball back, that they can play into the feet of the striker or one of those front 3, and they just hold it up so well.
Stu, sorry mate, is there any chance I could get a glass of water? We didn't have time at half time. Thank you, mate. Well, aerial balls were a constant issue for Sheffield Wednesday in the first half, and Coventry have sent Thomas and Kitching forward again. It's aimed at Kitching, away by Iorfa.
Yeah, every ball into the box seemed to end up on Thomas's head or Thomas Asante, so you need to get grips to that. You can't, set plays are a massive part of the game, and you have to be able to defend them correctly.
Bannon straight to Grimes, who rarely misplaces a pass. Sakamoto with a nice ball. Mason Clark. When you get the chance, Stu, and Coventry 4, would be great. Never it's relevant. Well, he could have had a couple of goals already on a different day, certainly involved in 2 of the 3.
Yeah, should be chasing a hat-trick if his teammates didn't just take it off off their jaw at the last minute.
And by Van Ewijk, there he is, Thomas. Well, they just cannot deal with him, Sheffield Wednesday.
Every time it goes in, he's the point of contact, and he's still getting his head on it every time. You need to get someone in around him.
Yes, right on cue.
Yeah, good call. It's been marked one-on-one, and sometimes you have to get a couple of bodies in around him just to prevent him from getting on it. You know, I've identified that he is the main threat, he's the main target.
Given away by Kitching. Liam Palmer. Ingelsson. Well, one back by Thomas, doing his defensive work just as effectively.
Yeah, good defending. Stands up. Ingelson's trying to take him on, and then draws a foul from him as well.
Involved in the action at both ends. His header from a corner that led to the opener, and the third goal, his header might have been going in, but Haji Wright was there to make sure. We've not seen much of Carl Rushworth.
No, I think I praised him for coming out and taking a corner with both hands in the first half, and I think that's the only involvement I've seen with him. Coventry they've been so comfortable. I think they've looked so comfortable. Then when the ball goes forward, they've looked very dangerous, and regardless of possession, this is when they win the ball back and they look to go.
Here they come again, right for Mason Clark. Away by Palmer. Sheffield Wednesday exposed yet again.
Every time Coventry win the ball back around that midfield, they play it forward quickly. This time it's Wright puts in Clark, he slightly overhits it, so Clark can't get his touch across the defender, and it allows Palmer to get back in, who I think does really well defensively.
Luke Wolfenden being readied by Frank Lampard here, and he's not the only change that is forthcoming. Ellis Sims is there too.
Interesting, isn't it, Lampard changing it this early on with a team that looks very good.
Van Eyck. He's come back towards Sakamoto. Now Barry Bannon. Early for Cadamartri. Now Jamal Lowe. Might still be a chance on here for Sheffield Wednesday. Lovely work from Jamal Lowe. Beyond Kitching. Cadamartri. And now Amas to go for goal. And before he could do so, on his stronger left side, Van Eyck gets back.
Yeah, good play down the left-hand side. Works it really well, passing from Bannon initially, but as Lowe takes this on, you feel like he's going down a blind alley, but just chops back inside with the nutmegs. Great bit of skill and sets it back up, and they just can't get anyone the end of it. Great bit of skill here. And then puts it back into a really dangerous area.
Sheffield Wednesday averaging a goal a game in the Championship so far this season, that they have picked up of late. In by Bannon towards Valerie and away by Wright. Max Lowe looks for Iorfa. Well, Frank Lampard has certainly stressed the importance of keeping standards high at all times, and it's a small but very competitive squad here at Coventry City. Off goes Liam Kitching, and Luke Wolfenden will replace him. Very experienced at this level with Ipswich Town, and Ellis Sims is ready to go. Off goes Ephron Mason-Clark, and Sims, who scored his first league goal of the season when Coventry managed 4 at Millwall on Wednesday. It's a good time to be a Coventry supporter.
It is, and I'm not sure if those changes are necessary when it comes to if the players have knocks or something, but if you're 3-0 up away from home in a game where you feel you have it comfortable and you can go and make changes to lighten that burden or lighten that load in games that come thick and fast in this league, it puts you in a really strong position.
Let's come towards Grimes. De Silva. Thomas Asante, well, he is on a hat-trick. Could be more to come for Coventry.
Yeah, slight change. Asante's come out to his left-hand side. Sakamoto stayed in the right, and you can see Sims has gone down the middle with Wright.
Well, they are jubilant, those Coventry supporters. By Grimes, and towards Thomas again. It was difficult for Horvath to come for that. De Silva, a tremendous threat in open play and from dead balls, Coventry. Grimes again. Thomas forward yet again, away by Iorfa this time.
It's actually unbelievable how often the ball in the box ends up with Thomas.
How about that for a sign of the confidence of Coventry City?
Yeah. He heard us saying he hasn't had anything to do, so he wanted to get us to mention him again.
Thomas Asante beyond Iorfa. He does get back at him, but it will be yet another corner.
He picks up a great position. I think this is what's so lovely about it. There's such fluidity how they come in between the lines and move in between. Like, he comes in here into the pocket, turns well, and then Iorfa struggling to get back at him. Maybe the pass on to Sakamoto has been driven wide is probably the better option, but when you're on a hat-trick, I think you're going to take those on.
They are always well backed away from home, Coventry City. No doubt they'll sympathise with what the Sheffield Wednesday fans are going through at the moment. Delivered in by Grimes. Thomas was there again, well met by Weaver. Weaver there again. Chasing is Ingleson. No way through.
That pass, Bannon should be better there as well. Someone with his quality on that left foot should just feed it into the channel for Ingleson. But give it away and just, you know, have to defend again now, Wednesday.
Well, another chasing afternoon on their home turf for Sheffield Wednesday. They do get back on the road again at Charlton after the international break. Thomas Asante. Still plenty of time here for Coventry to really increase their advantage. Just the 3 today.
Yeah. It is. It's frightening. And you think of the first half, 2 or 3 moments where you think they make that pass instead of taking the shot on, be a little bit more unselfish in that forward area, and they could be 4 or 5.
Jamie Allen. Whenever you're ready. Sims. Sakamoto ahead of him. Sims couldn't find Reggie Wright in the end.
Yeah, he had a lot of options in front of him. In the end, he picks no one, but great run from Sakamoto and Wright.
Well, much to ponder for Henrik Pedersen in a very difficult position. Not a lot that he can do in terms of personnel, of course.
Yeah. He's there scratching his head, and that's probably symbolic to probably what is going on. How do you change it? How do you adjust things?
Van Eyck. Away by Kadamatri. It was over the head of Thomas this time for once.
Probably stats-wise, if you look at Thomas, he's probably had more touches in the final third of the penalty box than anybody other on the pitch.
Well, Frank Lampard has got an excellent record since taking charge at Coventry City, and it was a very tough act to follow, replacing Robbins, but all is very well so far.
It almost feels like a brave decision for Frank Lampard to have gone in there. You know, who knew what way it was going to go? Coventry, Robbins is such a stalwart at that club, and you feel like it was a big risk him taking it up, but you know, to go in there and back yourself and think that you have the credentials to go and get a team, and you know, listen to the season, if they can finish the season off the way they've started, they're going to be in a great position.
Thomas Asante looking for right, that surge in pace. Weaver, credit to him, sticking with him every step of the way.
Yeah, he knew he had him from pace. Weaver just positioned himself well enough to be able to make that tackle. Good play though, Asante and Wright linking up. Lovely first touch around the corner, and Weaver just sticks at his tasks, and very timely challenge.
And he's got his poacher's goal, Haji Wright, which means that he's now one off double figures for the season. He's not got his hat-trick just yet. Thomas Asante putting it in, but he spotted something, didn't he? Adam Hertzeg, the referee. Palmer and Sakamoto. Take two for Matt Grimes. And well held by Horvath. It was nearly the same result. Thomas Asante.
Yeah, free though. It's actually staggering how often they've won the first contact in the box from corner set plays. You know, Sheffield Wednesday have to get the grips of this.
That's a foul by Jay De Silva, and it will be a booking.
When I saw it initially, I kind of... Yeah, no, he doesn't get the ball. Good play from low, lifts it over him. Look at Sante's just walked in. No one's marking him. I know Sheffield Wednesday are playing slightly zonal marking, but he's just drifted into a position with no one near him and gets a free header on goal.
Well, you pinpointed his impact before the game, and he has delivered.
Yeah, he has.
Meanwhile, more Coventry changes on the way, and this is a measure of the quality, even in a relatively small squad, that Coventry City have got. Off go the two fullbacks, De Silva and Van Eyck, and like for like, Jake Bidwell and Kane Kesler-Hayden, who was outstanding at Preston North End last season and won the club's Player of the Year award on loan from Aston Villa.
Yeah, it's showing a confidence that Frank Lampard obviously has in his side, that you're taking off two of your defenders at this stage in a game.
Allen's delivery was unorthodox, away by Jamie Allen.
It's a very clever ball in from Bannon, I think. I think Cadamatri, if he tries to touch it instead of letting it run between his legs. Just a little flick here.
Bannon to Palmer. He suddenly had more time to deliver than maybe anticipated, away by Wolfenden. You can get Kesler-Hayden at some point, half 20, whenever you can, that'd be good. Bannon again. Is there any sort of route back into the game for Sheffield Wednesday? Bannon and Allen in a tussle. One way and then the other. Palmer behind by Thomas.
Bannon's done really well there. Allen's shepherding him every way he goes, and eventually gets a pass off to Palmer, and it's a really good delivery into the box that Coventry have to deal with.
Well, Sheffield Wednesday are now going to make their first two changes. Haley Cadamatri has certainly worked very hard again. Charlie McNeil has his number up. former Manchester United player, and George Brown has been a bright spark for Wednesday this season, scored in each of their last 2 away games, and it's certainly an attacking change in place of Iorfa.
Yeah, I would think that Sheffield Wednesday are going to go to a back 4. Palmer, Weaver, Lowe and Amas, and then that allows them to have the extra body in the forward areas.
Well, they're giving it their best shot in by Amas, too close to Rushworth. Confirmation of the Coventry changes that were made a couple of moments ago in those full-back positions. Kesler Hayden. Sakamoto. Sims making a good run ahead of him. Thomas Asante waiting here. Oh, what a cross. Sims! And it hits Sakamoto and was well saved by the goalkeeper.
Again, great reactions from Hobart, the goalkeeper. Ball in from Asante. Sims does well, but then there's a double touch as it hits Sakamoto, and the keeper has to react really well to this.
We've seen that more than once today. But Coventry players have a knack of being in the right place at the right time.
It's just interesting, isn't it? Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday have had loads of possession, loads of opportunities to try and get the ball in the box. Doesn't really result in anything. Cov go forward once and it ends up with a shot on target.
And Sheffield Wednesday yet to register a shot on target themselves. Coventry, 15 efforts on goal. Maybe they'll feel they should have had more than the 3. There's still plenty of time. Sakamoto on the run. Long Bannon as well. Good advantage played by Adam Herzeg. Thomas Asante. They're hungry for more here, Coventry.
It's brilliant. Isn't it? Absolutely brilliant from Asante.
To find Kesler Hayden, and now Sakamoto. Kesler Hayden! And Sims is there to make it 4! Coventry City underlining their promotion ambitions. And their number 9 off the bench to get it on the act again.
This is brilliant, start to finish. Ball from Grimes into Asante with a man up his back. Chops inside and hits an unbelievable crossfield ball to Hayden, who then does the rest. Give and go, and it's a wonderful cross on a play for Sims, and that just shows the strength in their squad and the confidence the manager has in this group. 2 substitutes combining for a goal. A switch of play is fantastic. And then it's Sakamoto does so well just to release him, and this is an excellent cross. Absolutely on a play for Sims, but just all around great play, great to watch. Hats off to them.
Well, Coventry City are the Championship's entertainers, and for now they are the well-deserved league leaders. Nobody can keep up with this Coventry attack.
It was electric, wasn't it? But yeah, the fans leaving now. It was disappointing. I know they're there to support the team, support their club, and they want to get them back. And they're getting applauded by the Coventry fans for their contribution to what they're trying to achieve.
Well, you can only really have sympathy with Henrik Pedersen and the players and supporters. But certainly in terms of the scoreline, an ugly afternoon for Sheffield Wednesday, who cannot keep goals out on home turf, and maybe some frustrations starting to show. Owen Sims, he was nearly in again. could get even uglier for the home team.
Yeah. I think take everything to the side, you know, all the fan protests and everything else, and the scoreline, you're looking at there 4-0. I think Sheffield Wednesday defensively looked at 6th and 7th. Lack of communication, you know, you're taking the fact they're playing against a very well organised attacking side, but I think they've struggled.
I mean, I don't mind a big whine of the Coventry fans with tears. Grimes to right. They are a relentless goal-scoring machine, Coventry City. Amas. Brown.
I think what's impressed me most about Coventry is on the turnover, when they win the ball back, how quickly they make that forward pass. They don't go sideways or backwards, they go forward quickly into dangerous areas, players moving. It's a very enjoyable style of football to watch.
Well, Barry Bannon so heavily leaned upon to provide leadership in this Sheffield Wednesday side, but very few positives from today for Wednesday. On the pitch, it must be said.
I think it's a difficult afternoon for him as well. I think Grimes and Allen in the middle of the park, you're coming up against two midfielders who hassle, press, and then when they get the ball back, they can make it count with telling passes, so it's difficult in that midfield area.
Jamal Lowe. Weaver. Worth an effort. Never scored a senior goal, the academy player, and Frank Lampard, no doubt the next task is to keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, it is. Keep a clean sheet. Decent ball in. Bannon does well on the left-hand side, and then Lowe. It's a good cross into the area. Got bodies in there with Weaver staying up top, but still not registering an attempt on goal, on target, should I say.
There's still time. By Palmer. Good header away by Thomas. Delivered in by Bannon. Brown. Given away by Horvath. That was risky. Sakamoto, goalkeeper's just about got back, but the threat is over. Thanks to the very unexpected stumble from Kessler Hayden.
Yeah, I think the pass from Sakamoto was just slightly behind him, so he tried to check his run and just lost his footing, but they were in again then.
Right. Sims.
It's so good to watch, isn't it, when they move it like that, but it's so quick.
Coventry only play forward, and the first intent is always to get on the attack. Well, Haji writes, afternoon is over on the score sheet today, and just shy of double figures for the season now. It will not be long, I'm sure, before the Coventry fans are seeing him on the score sheet again.
Oh, listen, if they continue to play the way they have been, that electric in attack, it'd be no time before he's pushing towards those teens. Probably this one probably shouldn't count because he was blatantly offside, but you take it.
Well, striker's instinct, and the flag did stay down. His replacement is young Kai Andrews, who is still a teenager, but now a part of the Wales senior setup. Sakamoto! Oh, yes! That is some strike. It's another spectacular away day for Coventry City, and there could be more to come. They are so hungry for goals, and Sakamoto is off the mark for the season.
That is an absolutely thunderous strike from Sakamoto. Again, Wednesday do not deal with a set play into the area. First contact, poor clearance, but as he comes onto this on what is supposedly weaker right foot, and he just smashes this home. It's a wonderful finish from a player who I think has been fantastic all afternoon. It's a great performance, topped off by a great goal.
Well, not much that Henrik Pedersen can do to stop this endless rush of Coventry goals.
I think people have been batting down the hatches for Storm Amy. With Storm Coventry came into Sheffield Wednesday today, wouldn't they? Have actually run amok.
They certainly have. By Thomas Asante. Neil, how much time will it take Sheffield Wednesday to recover from this? They might be relieved that an international break is on the way. Kesler Hayden will chase. Well, quite the contrast for the home supporters, many of whom understandably have seen enough, and the Coventry fans who have now seen their side score 16 goals. I'm almost losing count away from home already this season, 16 in 5 games.
Oh, I would say the away fans, the pre-booking for tickets has probably gone through the roof now. You know you're getting entertained when you go on away day for Coventry at the moment, and there's such a ruthlessness about them in the forward areas.
That's a reverse ball from Brown, but maybe a little overhit.
There's such a level of dejection, isn't there, within the Sheffield Wednesday team? You can just see confidence is being drained from them. Obviously, everything else that's happening around the club isn't helping the matter. But you know, when you're in a game like this, you have to have a resolution. You have to be, solid. Get the team together, and I just feel like they're kind of capitulated here.
By Ingelsson, still more than 10 minutes left. Well, a penny for the thoughts of the head coach and for the home supporters who have had very little to cheer over recent months, and this really hammers home just what a difficult time this is for all Sheffield Wednesday supporters.
I can tell you what's probably at the forefront of his mind, that he wants this to be over. No one wants to see the team get beat like this, and when you don't seem to have any solutions to stop it, that's what can be a worry.
Here's Brown. Max Lowe. Hamas.
That count as a shot on target?
Well,
technically,
I think it May have been intended as a cross, but
they'll take it. It was definitely a cross, but it's on target, so
well, that is Kai Andrews, who was the replacement for Haji Wright. Hayden's going to leave it here for Grimes. Kessler Hayden again. Bidwell. Well, they're going to start getting greedy.
They are. They're going to want. We want more. But it's amazing to think that they've changed 3 of their back 4 throughout this game. They've brought on. They've changed their 2 attacking players. I think they made 5 substitutes. Gone on to win the game final. Frank Lampard must be in dreamland that you can, like I said, with a schedule that the Championship throws at you, to be able to rest players mid-game away from home, and to still win 5-0. That's a show of strength.
3 games, 12 goals. It's not been a bad week.
No, I'm sure he's had worse throughout his career.
None conceded in that run either. None conceded in 4 for Coventry, at least at the moment. Ingleson. Thomas Asante. Sims.
The only reason he's still on the pitch is because he's chasing that hat-trick as well.
Well, there are a lot of empty seats at Hillsborough. And some Sheffield Wednesday fans, of course, have been boycotting home matches this season, which is understandable given the recent predicament. It is a very special ground when it's full and when it's rocking. Unfortunately, at the moment, it's not like that here. You can understand why.
No, you can tell the atmosphere is drained out of the game, I think.
Nice play by Brown, beyond Wolfenden, who eventually did get back.
Good defending in the end. Nice turn. Set himself up, but Wolfenden doesn't give it up. Gets a decent block in. But I think Lowe's worked well. I feel like he's been everywhere in the game for Sheffield Wednesday, trying to get on the left, central forward, trying to make things happen, but just hasn't dropped for them.
In goes Amas, and away by Sims. Nice footwork from Amas. No-hand ball against Thomas Asante, one back by Sheffield Wednesday anyway. How difficult is it as a player in these moments?
Very difficult, it really is. I'd say fortunately enough, I don't think I've had many occasions where this has happened to me. And I'd say it's bad all on the pitch, but if you're a defender and your goalkeeper, it hits a little bit more. You seem to be the one that's at fault for this stuff, and yeah, it's difficult. You have to, but there becomes a point in the game where you have to just be able to get yourself together and stop the rot, stop it continuing. And I don't think Sheffield Wednesday have been able to do that.
Low. Easy clearance for Kesler Hayden. Today for everybody at Coventry, including Doug King, the owner and chairman, who has been a big supporter of Frank Lampard, of course, the man who brought Lampard to Coventry City, and Coventry so close in the playoffs last season. Here they come again, Thomas Asante, with Valerie forcing him wide. He nearly managed to cut it back for Sims. He could still yet be on for the hat-trick.
Yes, you could tell his eyes lit up as that ball was played through to him. He thought he was going to get a run and goal, but Valerie did really well defensively to stay with him. Got back across and forced him out wide, so all he could do was get that cross in and defended it really well.
And every time they come forward, you expect them to score. Queuing up again for Grimes with the delivery. Sims! Horvath there again. And the goalkeeper really has prevented it from being an even more damaging defeat.
Again, it's a first contact from a corner, a set play. Sims this time, good save from Horvath. More central, but defensively, like, you're getting your team in after this and you're showing them these clips and you're going through it afterwards. And it's going to feel like a bit of a witch hunt, but every time the ball came in the box, the first contact was made by Coventry, and that's just desire. It's just willingness to get on it, and you can't accept that.
Hamas, Jamal Lowe, and Sheffield Wednesday players are still trying to give it everything, even though this has been such a chastening experience, no doubt.
Yeah, they're still going. You can't fault their effort or work rate. It's just there's been a lack of, I don't know, the switching off at key moments, and then I suppose Coventry have just possessed that bit of more quality in the final third, or a lot more quality, should I say.
Ingleson, and here's McNeil. He does get the shot in, and well blocked by Thomas in front of his goalkeeper.
It's actually best bit of play Sheffield Wednesday have had in a while. Worker down the left-hand side, cut it back edge of the box, and he opts for the shot. Thomas can get foot out.
Well, they are pushing for a consolation here. Away by Thomas again.
But the difference is the first contact in the attacking area, first contact in the defensive area, and then
turned by McNeil. It's worth reiterating that Coventry's defensive form has been pretty much as outstanding as their work going forward of late. Sheffield Wednesday, meanwhile, are going to bring on another youth team prospect, Jarvis Thornton, here in place of Svante Ingleson, who is one of the senior players being tasked with playing a lot of football at the moment.
It's tough, isn't it? Like, you feel for the Wednesday team, you know, pay issues, stuff going behind the board, but I suppose once you get on that pitch, once you cross that wide line, it's 11 men against 11 men, and you have to try and stick to your task as best you can. And today they've just been outplayed by a team that looked far superior.
Ike Ugbo for Jamal Lowe is the other change, and perhaps an international break will do Sheffield Wednesday some good, giving players a breather. McNeil. Oh, and it was really free for Thornton, but for the excellent intervention of Thomas, or Weaver rather.
Really good header from Thomas. He's like a ball magnet in the box all game. Every time it comes in, he seems to be the one that gets there.
By Bannon, and that's a very dangerous corner. Valerie. Certainly finishing the game, Sheffield Wednesday, better than they have played it across the vast majority. Jamie Allen is there. It'll be 5 more minutes and 5 goals for Coventry, and time for more.
And again, still showing that energy, scuttles across to clear that danger.
And he certainly can't complain with 9 goals, none conceded in the space of just a matter of days away from home.
Well, what's amazing in the Championship, you kind of, like any league, I suppose, you build on, right? If we can have a solid defence and then get 1 or 2, especially going away from home, but to be so convincing in both departments at the moment, it won't always be like that, but it's amazing performances from Coventry at the moment. 20 plus goals.
Well, that's almost worth an extra point in itself.
It sends such a signal out to the rest of the team, because they become in fearing you in an attacking sense, and they might sit deep.
One team that almost certainly doesn't want the international break is Coventry City. Brown. That's low. Bannon, Ugbo. Neat turn. And it's a day of very few positives for Sheffield Wednesday to cling at.
Yeah, Ugbo, good position though, good movement and passing from Bannon. Gets a little bit lucky with the touch, but then just can't get the shot away. Thomas again is across to him and putting him under pressure.
And a bleak picture for both Sheffield clubs actually, but Sheffield Wednesday 3 points above United. It is probably not unexpected, realistically, by any Sheffield Wednesday fan.
No, it's not, but like conceding 5 is a huge blow, isn't it? The way we were talking about the plus goal difference for Cov, them at minus 12, conceding 5 today has put an absolute, like I said, it's such a big disparity between that and the other teams around them.
Here's Andrews. Thomas Asante. Palmer waiting for his goalkeeper. Weaver.
I have to admit, I've such respect for the fans that stay right till the end, regardless of what happens. It's such a commitment. You can, like, especially, like I said, we've obviously spoke about everything else that's happening at this club, but to have that commitment when your team is losing 5-0, the board is in disarray, and you're still there.
McNeil, Bannon. By Kesler Hayden. I'm sure all football supporters can empathise with what the Sheffield Wednesday fans are experiencing. Good work by Brown. Now Thomas Asante. Oh, it nearly came through to Andrews, and it would have been a 2-on-1 situation for Coventry there.
It was just Weaver at the back. Santi almost had to just play it wide into the channel.
McNeil. Away only as far as Palmer. Ugbo. And now Jan Valerie. Well, the work rate of Sheffield Wednesday players is certainly there, even with the game long since lost.
No, they've not given up. You give them credit for that. They've worked hard, they've tried to get forward, they've tried to get into those final third areas and work a chance. Just nothing's really come off for them.
Bannon, see the intent, quite cleverly worked. He can cross, and Brown! Oh well, for a young player who has scored 2 senior goals of late, really should have scored there.
Yeah, it's their best chance of the entire game. Free header, centre of the box, just hit the target, it's a goal.
But it is a heavy defeat for Sheffield Wednesday, and Coventry look to have Premier League potential. No question about it for Frank Lampard's team. Another 5 goals on the road today, and Brandon Thomas Asante certainly got the scoring started, got the first 2 of them. It was one-way traffic really, even from the opening minutes, on a day where Coventry yet again were absolutely rampant, top of the championship, still unbeaten, and maybe Frank Lampard would have even hoped that his team could have scored more. But it's a great time to be a Coventry City chairman and owner, Doug King, and certainly a fabulous time to be a Coventry fan. The goals have been flowing since the very early moments. It was 3-0 before half-time on a desperate day for Sheffield Wednesday. George Brown might have had a late consolation for them right at the very end here.
Great ball in from Barry Bannon. It's a free header, centre of the goal. He has to hit the target. He'd be really disappointed not to get himself on the goal, on the score sheet again, but kind of comes off his shoulder slightly, and yeah, disappointed, but great chance.
Well, not that it would have mattered for them. Sheffield Wednesday went on to concede more. Hadji Wright just before half-time making it 3. Ellis Sims and Tatsuhiro Sakamoto adding more goals for Coventry in the second half. 5-0 doesn't really flatter the Sky Blues. It could have been even more than that on a day where Sheffield Wednesday fans once again protested against the club's owners. But look at that. And Sheffield Wednesday beaten by a Coventry team who have had their fans travel in their thousands to sing them home. Coventry at the summit, and Frank Lampard's side at the moment are the team to beat in the championship. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Coventry City 5.